What's up everybody, it's Mark back with another tech review, and this time we're diving into the world of projectors with the Epson EX3290. Now you know I'm all about that value, so we're gonna break down everything this projector brings to the table for just under $500. We're talking brightness, features, and that all-important question, is it actually good enough for your setup? Stick around to find out. This projector's been generating some buzz, and for good reason. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about what this projector does well. There are several standout features that make the Epson EX3290 a solid choice. Right off the bat, the Epson EX3290 boasts a seriously bright display. Clocking in at 3,600 lumens, this thing can handle a well-lit room without sacrificing image quality. We're talking vibrant colors, sharp details, and enough punch to keep your content looking crisp even if you're not in a completely dark environment. Trust me, that's a big deal when it comes to projectors, especially in this price range. Next up, setup. Epson definitely gets points for making this process super straightforward. Plug it in, connect your source, and you're pretty much good to go. No complicated menus, no hunting for hidden settings, it just works. And for those of you who dread fiddling with tech, that ease of use is a breath of fresh air. And speaking of keeping things simple, the EX3290 comes with a built-in speaker. Now, I know what you're thinking. Built-in projector speakers? Not usually a recipe for audiophile-grade sound. And you're right, they're not going to replace a dedicated sound system. But for casual viewing, presentations, or even just a quick gaming session, they get the job done. Plus, it means one less thing to connect and set up. Another pro that deserves a shout-out is the lamp life. Epson claims up to 12,000 hours in eco mode, which is pretty impressive. That translates to years of use before you even have to think about replacing the lamp, saving you money and hassle in the long run. The EX3290 also scores points for its portability. It's compact and lightweight, making it easy to move from room to room or even take on the go for presentations or movie nights with friends. And let's be real, who doesn't love a projector that can keep up with their on-the-go lifestyle? Another thing I appreciate about this projector is its versatility. It can handle a variety of input sources from HDMI to VGA to even older analog connections. This means you can connect pretty much any device you can think of, from laptops and gaming consoles to DVD players and even those old VHS tapes you might have lying around. And you know what else? The EX3290 is surprisingly quiet for a projector in this price range. You're not going to get distracted by any annoying fan noise, even during those quiet moments in your favorite movies. This makes for a more immersive viewing experience. Alright, time to flip the coin and talk about what the Epson EX3290 could do better. While it has its strengths, there are a few areas where it falls short. First on the list is the lack of wireless connectivity. In a world where everything is going wireless, it's a bit of a head-scratcher that Epson didn't include Wi-Fi or Bluetooth on this projector. It means you're tethered to a physical connection, which can be a bit limiting, especially if you're going for a clean and clutter-free setup. Next up, the resolution. At XGA, that's 1024 by 768, it's not going to blow you away with super sharp detail, especially if you're used to 1080p or even 4K resolution on your other displays. It's definitely watchable. And for casual viewing or presentations, it might not be a deal breaker. But if you're a serious cinephile or gamer who craves the sharpest possible image, you might want to consider a projector with a higher resolution. Another thing to keep in mind is the lack of lens shift. This means you have to physically move the projector to adjust the image position, which can be a bit of a hassle. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to be aware of, especially if you have limited placement options. And while the built-in speaker is convenient, don't expect to be blown away by the sound quality. It's decent for casual use, but for a more immersive experience, you'll definitely want to connect external speakers. The EX3290 also lacks some of the more advanced features found on higher-end projectors like lens memory, autofocus, and keystone correction. These features can make a big difference in terms of convenience and image quality, but they also add to the cost. Another minor drawback is the fan noise. While it's generally quiet, it can be noticeable during particularly quiet scenes. It's not a major issue, but it's something to be aware of, especially if you're sensitive to noise. The EX3290 also lacks a dedicated gaming mode, which means you might experience some input lag when gaming. It's not a deal breaker for casual gamers, but if you're serious about gaming, you might want to consider a projector with a dedicated gaming mode. Overall, while the Epson EX3290 has its merits, these cons are worth considering before making a purchase. Chapter 3. Breaking down the features. Now that we've covered the good and the not so good, let's take a closer look at what the Epson EX3290 brings to the table in terms of features. First up, the heart of this projector 3LCD technology. Epson's known for its 3LCD projectors, and for good reason. This technology uses 3 separate LCD chips to project red, green, and blue light simultaneously, resulting in a brighter and more accurate image compared to some other projection technologies. Then there's the resolution. As we mentioned earlier, it's XGA, which is 1024 by 768, which is decent, but not groundbreaking. You'll still get a clear image for presentations, movies, and casual gaming, but don't expect the same level of detail as a 1080p or 4K projector. The EX3290 also features a built-in speaker, which is a nice touch for those times when you don't want to hook up external speakers. As we mentioned earlier, it's not going to win any audiophile awards, but it gets the job done for casual listening. In terms of connectivity, the EX3290 covers the basics with HDMI, VGA, and composite inputs. This allows you to connect a variety of devices, from laptops and Blu-ray players to older gaming consoles and DVD players. The EX3290 also features a variety of picture modes, including dynamic, presentation, cinema, and game. These modes optimize the image settings for different types of content, allowing you to get the best possible picture quality for whatever you're watching. Another handy feature is the built-in keystone correction, which helps to square up the image if the projector is not perfectly aligned with the screen. This is a useful feature, especially for those who frequently move their projector from room to room. The EX3290 also features a long lamp life of up to 12,000 hours in eco mode, which means you won't have to worry about replacing the lamp anytime soon. This not only saves you money in the long run, but also makes the projector more environmentally friendly. So, whether you're using it for work or play, the EX3290 has a lot to offer. Chapter 4. Price. Is it a steal or a pass? So we've talked about the pros, the cons, and the features. Now let's get down to brass tacks, the price. The Epson EX3290 will set you back $499.99. That puts it squarely in the budget-friendly projector category, which is a crowded market to say the least. But here's the thing, you're getting a lot for your money. The combination of brightness, features, and ease of use makes it a compelling option for anyone looking for a solid projector without spending a fortune. For casual home theater setups, classrooms, or even small businesses, the EX3290 offers a lot of bang for your buck. It's not trying to be the absolute best projector on the market, but it excels at delivering a solid all-around experience at a price that's hard to beat. Of course, your needs will dictate whether this is the right projector for you. Chapter 5. Model number and SKU, why they matter. Okay, before we wrap things up, let's talk about something that might seem a little boring but is actually super important: the model number and SKU. You might be thinking, why do I care about a bunch of numbers and letters? Well, trust me on this one. The model number, in this case V11H975020, is like the projector's fingerprint. It tells you the exact version of the product you're looking at. And that's important because sometimes even slight variations in model numbers can mean differences in features, specs, or even compatibility. So if you're comparing the EX3290 to other projectors or trying to find accessories, always double-check that model number to make sure you're looking at the right thing. The SKU, which is 6444700 for this projector, is more relevant for retailers and inventory purposes. Outro Epson EX3290, the verdict. So there you have it, guys, the Epson EX3290 projector. It's not perfect, but it's a solid contender in the budget-friendly projector arena. The bright display, easy setup, and overall value make it a great option for a variety of uses. Thanks for watching.